Hello, everyone. Today is I forgot. I think it's is it Monday, October 12th, 2020. Um, I'm on my phone now. I didn't touch my computer at all today, so y'all won't see this video till sometime tomorrow. Um, I guess tomorrow morning. So I'm cold, and I'm glad they've been allowing me to sleep, but it seems like you can't even say anything good or bad. When you say something good, they'll make sure they'll take that goodness away and make it bad. And if you already say something bad, then they're gonna make it worse. But I know I can't eat nutty granola. I hate to even say that it's genetically engineered GMO. I shouldn't be eating that, but me trying to prepare for Hurricane Delta that didn't come here, so I'm stuck with that food, and I discovered that helped me sleep. Those granola bars. Uh, so I mean, in addition to my supplements. It seemed like my magnesium supplement it started to work, and you know how that goes. After a while, it stopped working, but I still take it. It doesn't help me sleep anymore, but I still take it because it kind of helped keep me calm. And unless I'm extremely stressed out or upset, it doesn't make my nerves feel jittery and stuff. But I still, you know, haven't found the right thing to. I mean, if I had enough money, I can and my own place, I can eat the food, the right food to help me sleep better. But then the talk with the targeting, they make their technology override, my health or whatever, or anybody's health. So I figure since it's almost 10 o'clock and y'all ain't heard from me, and I know some of y'all, not many. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. The few little people who do care about me, So the few little people who do care, um, would be worried and concerned about me. So thanks for that. And I'm throughout. I mean, for the day, I've been feeling a little better than I was feeling the past couple of days, but still feeling emotionally down and sheltering in emotionally and still feeling emotionally fragile and just going through stuff. It's like it's kind of weird that I don't even remember. Like I can't even remember offhand like what day it is and stuff. Like earlier, I had to try to remember. Wait a minute, is today Monday and is today the 12th? Yeah, I think so. Um, well, I didn't go anywhere. I didn't even set foot outside. I didn't even set foot outside the front door. Not even in the hallway at all. I didn't leave this room at all today. Um, so and I talked to um I met a new friend over the phone, and she's targeted too. Well, I don't think she want me to say much, but she said she's targeted too, and we talked for quite some time. this afternoon, and I know she's a true one. I know she's legit, you know. So, um, it's like, well, this morning on Twitter, there was somebody. Well, I'm not gonna mention her name. A different person, um, who said it was a different person who said on Twitter, um, well, and you do. She said you do very good with exposing your documenting your evidence and exposing your videos. And then what bothered me later on is she said, if you are a true TI, then you would, you know, because she was trying to suggest that I go live with other targeted individual people. I prefer to, what I said before, I wish I had somebody help me with my own place and for me to live by myself. And if y'all know about a few people making false promises, people making false promises to help me and then go AWOL on me or bail out on me at the last minute. So I mean, it happened even last month. So somebody get all your hopes up and stuff. And do I have to pull every strand of my hair out to get people to understand that I hate cold weather and don't want to live farther north and don't want to live on the West Coast because people are fake and not human, and they're hard and mean and difficult to communicate with and scam you out your money? So, and then they say something and explain it in a way that's confusing, and when you ask them to clarify it, they refuse to clarify or repeat themselves. Um, it's just, I don't want to live amongst people that I can't even freaking communicate with because they're not human. Freaking even in Utah and Los Angeles and throughout California and stuff, you know, I don't know. I guess the perping, the gang. I didn't know at the time that I was being gang stalked, but when I went to the Grand Canyon um and worked there, I thought I did a video on my Grand Canyon experiences, but I didn't. But I'm too tired to do it, to talk about the whole experience with the Grand Canyon. I thought I talked about it, but I guess not. But it's like we were in St. George, Utah, at the fake Walmart, and I nearly was gonna go off on somebody. The way they tried to scam me with the phone card. Uh, wait, no, was it a phone card or was it some way to get minutes on my phone? I don't remember. I thought I've been having this phone number. I thought I've been having since 2018, but I guess it was 2019 that I've been having this phone number. But I thought it was 2018. Yeah, I don't remember. But I thought it was 2018 that I've been having this phone number. The phone number that I have now. So I was like, well, how did I go to Walmart and get a phone card or something, or get activation or something, or add minutes or unlimited? I don't remember exactly, but I remember I paid for whatever phone service, and the it's like as if the minutes were, or the service was paid for, but then I couldn't use it, and then it's like as if they took my money and then I had to go off on a Walmart employee, and then eventually everything got straightened out. I don't remember exactly what happened, but so you know, and then they even perked me at the El Pollo Loco place, but I like that place, but I think I remember they perked me there too, but I don't remember exactly what happened. Um, but I don't know if the perping is worse on the West Coast, but I mean, I like the weather. I'm surprised it was desert hot in Utah. But I hate desert scenery and being around desert. To me, I don't know. Desert is boring to me. But I mean, I hate desert. It's like boring. Um, Even though I like the temperature because it's warm and hot, but it's like all you see is just nothing but desert and it's just bland and boring, So, um, I've been up north. I've been on the West Coast. Been on the East Coast. Haven't really been in the Midwest. I mean, I guess the closest to any Midwest was when I living in Milwaukee, and I hate it because so much snow. I hate cold. I hate snow. And even in South Carolina, it was too cold and snowy. And so I figured, even when I was living in Los Angeles, the landlord didn't start off to be a perp. And he went from being the best landlord I ever had to turn out to be the worst. And I would have never thought he would change because he seemed like the type of person that wouldn't be motivated by money. But I heard that sometimes they threaten people. And like, you really threaten my landlord over me? Am I that important? I thought I was a nobody. So if the fact that the landlord, fake Sam, he after he started to perp me, he didn't care that would be under 40 degrees. He didn't care about it being under 40 degrees. And then he pretended to fake like he fixed the heater in the house. And he never truly fixed it. Or he would only pretend to fake like he fixed it just for the heater to work like for 10 minutes, and then I have to suffer through the whole winter with no heat. And they say it's dangerous when you put on the oven and the stove to heat up the house. They say that's dangerous, but that's what I had to freaking do. And then there was a point in time when he made it to where wait a minute. Now he tried to tell me, "Oh, you have to have a phone, Candy," and he said, "I'm going to need to contact you, whatever." But wait a minute. I think there was a point in time when the stove was working, but not the top. I'm sorry, the oven was working, but not the top stove. And he didn't care that the inspectors were gonna take points away from him if the stove wasn't working right. And it seemed like he wanted me to wait around with no, that's what it was. The oven wasn't working and the stove worked. And he's like, "Well, do you have to have an oven? Do you need an oven?" I'm like, "Yes," because I mean, I was trying to not use the microwave. I didn't have a microwave at that time. But see here, they have a microwave and a mini fridge, and it's like I have to heat up my food in the microwave. But I tried to not use the microwave because of like making your health bad and radiation and stuff, So, but here it's like I got no choice because there's no place to cook on a stove. But I try to not use it as much. But when I was in Los Angeles, I was trying to. I mean, I didn't buy a microwave, and so he's like, "Do you have to have an oven? Do you need an oven?" And so I would warm up my food in the oven. And plus, if you reheat your food in the oven, it tastes so much better and fresher than a microwave. And so he, even when I try to when I asked him if he can turn the water in the bathroom, it was never hot enough. And he's like, "Well, I don't want to make it too hot." And then next he made it hot for a little while and then snuck behind my back and made it even colder so that I couldn't have hot water to take a shower in. He didn't care about the water, and no wonder why the coconut oil never really melted. He would make the water not hot enough, like I guess my water heater or whatever that's supposed to connect. um he made, I don't know how all that operates, but he made it to where the water could never be hot. And then he said, "Well, you don't want the water to get too hot." And then when I confronted him about it, then he lied and said, "Oh, well, I have to pay too much money." You know, he said that he had to pay more money if the water is, and so there would be times when I would have to boil water on the stove, and then I didn't have pots big enough, but I had to boil water on the stove and then go put it in a tub. And by the time I'm boiling my next pot of water, then the water in the tub gets back cool again, and the water still could never get hot enough. So ever since I was a little child, I hated cold weather, cold temperature, and stuff like that. And so that's another reason why I'm afraid to go live up north, because what if there's a cold-hearted landlord that wouldn't give a fuck if I froze to death? Because they don't want to fix anything, but they're quick to be at your door for rent money, but they don't want to fix anything. And then everything, they give you a raggedy apartment where everything broke, and then when it's time for you to move out, they blame everything on you, even if you have your evidence and your pictures that the window was already had that hole in it. When I first moved in, and then they lie and say, "Oh, that wasn't there," and then I show the evidence, and then they turn their head, and they still want to make excuses to overcharge me, or just to make up a lie on purpose to justify, and then play all kinds of games, and make up a lie on purpose to justify keeping my deposit. I mean, with that fake lady Natasha in Greenville, South Carolina, she made up all kinds of lies on me and stuff that was already, you know, stuff that was already broke or messed up in that raggedy ass, broken down, falling apart, projects looking apartment that was too shameful and embarrassed to live at. She lied for an excuse to keep my money, and then she kept playing games, and I had to cuss her out and tell her off about herself. And then she finally she didn't even give me all the money back that I was supposed to get. And then she tried to lie and say that I had broke this and broke that was already broken and raggedy before I even came in there. Like the blinds and stuff were already messed up before I even came to live there, So, and then she tried to make me held responsible for the mailbox that was damaged before I got there. And then she told me I had to pay $26. And then she said, "Oh, just hold on to the $26. Well, I'm going to say exactly like she said, "Well, hold on to the $26. Like, she sounded kind of like that. Tell me hold on to the $26. And um, so definitely Miss Natasha. I don't even remember her last name offhand, but her name is Natasha. And she was I didn't even know she was a gang stalking perp landlord too, and she was fake nice and always avoiding it and ignored my calls and stuff. And I mean, it's worse when you're on Section 8. But even if you're not on Section 8, it's pretty bad and they perp you and stuff. It's terrible what they do. That other target individuals said that they cause leaks and then blame you, or they'll poison your water supply. Because when I was living in Los Angeles, I was wondering why did they always, like at nighttime, I can smell the bleach in the water, and it was always after 11 o'clock at night. I could smell the bleach in the strong odor of bleach in the water, and my dumb ass was still drinking it, and I didn't even realize. I didn't even realize the I didn't realize that was part of my targeting, and I didn't realize that was an attack on me. And then I would smell a lot of gas. Well, we had a gas stove, but a lot of times when I wouldn't even use the stove, and I might say, for example, eat tuna sandwiches for a few days, and then next you know, I don't know why the stove is smelling like gas or whatever. So it's a lot of stuff I didn't catch on to. I didn't know what was going on, and there was a point in time every single day when I would leave to go to the library and then come back, and my front door is wide open, and I know I closed and locked the front door and everything. And so then there would be times when I would go to sleep and then wake up, and then my and I used to have a picture of Aaliyah on my wall. I mean on my refrigerator, and it's like, and so I would go to sleep and then wake up, and all of my cabinet doors are open. And I know I didn't do that because I don't leave my cabinet doors open. And so at first I thought it was witchcraft. And then I didn't realize it could have been gang stalking or people entering into my house while I'm asleep. And um I didn't even know if they were drugging or poisoning my food or anything like that really, or if they were drugging me. I didn't know. I mean, I wasn't even aware of stuff like that. But I just realized some strange stuff happened, and then people tell you forget about your past and let go of the past, but sometimes you have to go back into the past in order to connect the dots of what you're going through now, which is targeting and stuff. So that's one of the worries I have, is if I go live up north and had a place and the evil landlord would make sure that my heater is not working and they don't care if I die. You know, if I freeze to death. And I have more body ache. I mean, I haven't really been diagnosed with all out arthritis or anything, but when it's cold, I have more aches and pains, and I feel more relaxed in warm weather in the heat. And I mean, in this room, I'm feeling kind of cold, and I have like a few little goosebumps on my arms, and I'm feeling cold. But um, there are some people who tell me I should go get my blood checked or my thyroid checked, but everything when I go to the doctor, it's always everything's supposedly good or whatever. But anyway, I kind of got sidetracked. But yeah, that person on Twitter said, "Oh, it's good you document your videos and you're a good writer and stuff like that." And then she said, "Well, if you are if you are a real T, if you're a true TI, then you will link up. You will not isolate, and you will link up with other target individuals." Well, I'm like, well, I mean, I've been burned and hurt by too many fake TI perps. And so even the ones who are also truly targeted have hurt me too. And then there are some people use that phrase, hurt people hurt people. So, make me afraid to open up. Like, I'm very cautious and scared to open up to new people. And I get frustrated and sad that I no longer want to talk to anybody. Because when people hurt me and then I get told that I put myself in a position that I allow it, or I open myself up to be hurt and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm more leery, and and get scared, and I get frustrated and say, well, I don't want to talk to any more targeted new people, or I don't want to talk to any more targeted individuals, or even I feel like sometimes I don't want to talk to nobody, or I feel like just wanting to shut everything down and just deal with this by myself. But I know I can't fight this by myself. But at the same time, I can't I can't, you know, I need my peace and silence as much as I can, but at the same time, I do need help. But, she would say that, I mean, how could you doubt me as true after all the evidence you've seen? And they've had people who've seen my YouTube videos and still feel like, well, I doubt if you even a real TI and stuff. But then they have people who say that they're targeted individuals, and then I've seen lately targeted individuals going around calling people mentally ill and saying that people need psychiatric evaluations and stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute now, you can't be targeted and then say stuff like that. So, and it's like a lot of targeted individual people who they don't want to bond with me. They don't want to band together with me, and they hate and block me for no reason on Twitter, YouTube, a lot of places. And they all huddle together like an elitist cult, the same way as workplace mobbing. So I mean, I tried what I could, and then I give up sometimes. On trying to intermingle with new people, and so on October 24th, I'm supposed to go back on the streets. But even here in Pensacola, I feel like sometimes, like this past winter, I felt like I suffered, and it was too cold being on the streets in the winter, even 45 degrees, and I get less sleep at night. I can't sleep when it's so cold, and then suffering more days of sleep deprivation, and me being homeless on the streets. They wait till the coldest day at church to use a street theater set up to justify having me wrongfully banned, and y'all supposed to call yourselves Christian. So this coming winter, I won't be able to go to that cold weather shelter anymore. So thanks for listening, and bye.